plan of action for today was meant to be quite straightforward. I was going to come back and revisit the two spots where I'd lost decent fish last week, this time with slightly more powerful tackle, and hopefully get some videos of some better fish. But things didn't go to plan. The first problem was I left my landing net handle at home, and obviously you cannot fish really anywhere without a landing net, but certainly this stream it would be impossible. So a 40-mile round trip back home and returned with the landing net. Here you see me set up in the first of the two spots, all ready to go. The video is framed nicely. I managed to get me in it, not like last week when I left myself out of frame. And I'm waiting patiently for that chub pull on the rod top. But as usual, when you make plans to do things like this, the fish do not oblige. With my earlier videos, I found it very difficult to set the iPhone up on a tripod because the banks here are very overgrown, uneven, and it really was quite difficult. So I thought about possible alternatives and made myself a monopod, which uses an old bank stick, an extendable bank stick, and I've mounted on the top of that a ball head, the sort of thing you get on top of a tripod, which allows you to swivel the direction of the camera or the iPhone how you like, and then lock it. And at the moment it's stuck in all that undergrowth there, and it's working quite well really. Anyway, as you can see, this first spot is not really providing any action at the moment. It's a lovely place to fish, but the fish are not obliging. So I think it's time to move on to the second of the two spots, where I lost fish last week, and see if we have a bit more luck there. Having remarked on how well I had framed the video in the last spot, this time I've not done so well. I was trying to cover the contingency that I might move forward if I needed to play a fish, but I've overcooked it a bit. Although you can see the rod and the stream and just about see my hands and the end of my arms, that's about it. But if something happens and I move forward, then let's hope you'll see a little bit more. In these small streams, you don't normally have to wait too long for a bite if there's a chub in the vicinity. And if you do leave the bait out too long, there is a good chance you're going to pick up an eel. So I tend to leave the bait out for a fairly short time. I'll try different casts in different parts of the swim, but I don't leave it there too long because I really do not like having to deal with eels. I am still waiting patiently here, hoping that this spot is going to provide a bit of action for us. Be a bit disappointing if... there we go, right, that's it. Seems quite a reasonable fish. I'm trying to keep it away from the bulrushes. There are bulrushes in the middle, there are rushes down the edge, and these chubs seem to have an ability to get around these rushes and just transfer your hook onto the rushes, and it's very disappointing when you can see the fish, the water's not very deep, and you see a good fish and you're trying to get it in and you've almost succeeded, then whoosh, it's diverts into the rushes, but in this case I've managed to tame the beast, and we're just about to net it. So success. I'm needing to be a bit careful here with my landing net because it's an extensible landing net, and the locking device wasn't locking completely, so I needed to make sure I grabbed the lower part of the handle before pulling the fish up. The fish is cleanly lip hooked, but I'm having a little bit of a problem getting the 10 hook out. I must remember to get my forceps out, and because although the hook was right near the top of the lip, it can be quite difficult sometimes to just to fiddle it out anyway. And I should have got my scales out before I caught the fish. I should have been ready for this. So apologies to Mr. Chub for just keeping him waiting for a while I just get the weigh net out and the scales just to see how much he weighs. He's not massive, but he's reasonable enough to weigh. May be over 2 pounds, I don't know, let's see. In fact, almost dead on 2 pounds, which is quite a nice fish. And in the strong current here, they really do give a really good account of themselves. Right off down the stream a bit, just to put him back a little bit further down. Having probably spooked the chub in those other 2 spots, I decided to come to the head of the mill stream. I fished this in a previous video. It was interesting because a slug had crawled into my wet landing net, and I had read many times that slugs are fantastic baits for chub, but I'd never actually tried the slug, but I thought as it had offered itself up, I put it on the hook while I was here, and more in hope than anticipation. And surprisingly enough, I got a bash on the rod top and hooked a fish, but unfortunately it was only on for a few seconds, and it was gone. So yep, the slug did work, and it was almost certainly a chub that took it, but unfortunately for me, I never did get to see that chub. With the slug well and truly mangled, I went back to using spam and carried on fishing here. I was getting a few knocks, and after quite a long time I did get a good bite on the spam, and it was a chub, and probably not as big as the one I got earlier today, probably over a pound and a quarter, something like that, but it played the usual trick on me. I played it out really. I was just bringing it into the net, and just in front of me there you can see the reeds right on the edge of the water, and Mr. Chub literally, as I was putting him to the net, decided to change direction straight into those rushes or those reeds, and as quick as a flash he was gone and the hook was in the reeds. I don't know how they do it, but they do, and that was that one right now. I just missed the bite there in the video. Very frustrating when that happens. Well, that's about it for today, certainly in terms of what I've videoed. On the way home, I stopped off at the bridge swim, what I call the bridge swim, right up near the road, which is a big pool, and just tried my luck for 20 minutes or so. I usually do that on the way home. There's an off chance of picking up a fish, and I did. I picked up a chub, but it really was quite a small one. It was probably not much more than half a pound, but it's always a good ending to the day when you just drop in the last spot on the river and we'll have a fish. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Didn't go according to plan, but there was a bit of action for you. And until next time, bye for now.